In today's video, we are going to do some monkey nail art with a little monkey here who is really stiff. So today's video is a cute little monkey that has a big pair of glasses on. This is actually kind of inspired by a past design of mine that was a panda with glasses, and it's always just been one of my favorites because it is just so cute. This cute little animal and then the big oversized glasses cracks me up. This one, however, I made slightly different so it'd be more wearable. The monkey itself is completely wearable. The ears stick out a little bit, but not too much where it would really make that big of a difference in your daily life, and they're strong. So you could wear it. The glasses, which are a little more delicate and a little bit more catchy on things like clothes and hair, are removable. So you can either make them so that they remove, or you can glue them down if you didn't want them to ever come off. But if you want like a little extra accessory for your monkey nails, then that would be a really cute option. So I hope you love this design as much as I do, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. Bye!
So we are going to begin with an overlay of basically any color of acrylic you want. This is one of those few times when I got to choose a color that I thought would be really fun and cute and not necessarily had any super big criteria behind it. One thing you do want to keep in mind is keeping the color of the background of the nail, the monkey's eye color, and the glasses color somewhat complementary. And if you have trouble picking colors, I do have a color theory live class, which I actually think is one of my most beneficial live classes that I've ever done, and especially helpful if you are somebody that struggles with picking colors that go together and coordinate. So we're going to start, we did a color overlay, encapsulate the nail, and then file the nail into shape with your e-file, and now we can start sculpting our cute little monkey. So to do the first thing, you're going to want to sculpt his ears or her ears, and you're going to want to have them stick up outside like the perimeter of the nail just a little bit. You need something for the glasses to hook onto, so you can't sculpt them just completely flush to the nail. If you're using acrylic that you're confident in working with, you should be able to kind of pat it out and then bring it out away from the nail. If you aren't using acrylic that works quite the way mine does, what you may have to do is sculpt them separately and then glue them onto the nail in order to have that, away from the nail effect where you will be able to hook the glasses onto them. After you have the ears done, go ahead and sculpt the top of the monkey's head. So the ears, I used like a soft beige color, and then for the rest of the monkey's fur, I'm going to be using brown. When you get back to the monkey's face, you're going to want to use your beige color again, or like your pinkish color, whatever color you picked. So make sure that you don't put it away too far because you want to be able to use it. When you're doing this bit of the monkey's fur, think of where the face is going to be, sort of that point between the ears as the middle of, like the middle of the whole face, and radiate the fur texture going out. So think of it as coming out from that middle spot. So when you drag your brush out and make the little flicking motions to get that little bit of fur texture built in, just think of that spot and almost like the rays of the sunshine coming out. Add a little bit of the monkey's body below. Depending on the length of your nail, you may be able to add more monkey body or less if it's shorter. Now going back to my beigeish color, I'm going to be using making my monkey's face. So I'm going to start out with the eyebrow area, which is kind of like a soft heart shape. It's got like the two bumps like the top of a heart, but it isn't all the way to the point in the middle. It's a little bit rounded off there, but it kind of helps if you think of it like a heart. The brow bone, we're going to strengthen with another layer of that beige color. For the monkey's face, I always think of it as coconuts. I think that's probably because of the movie The Jungle Book. When Baloo is dressing up like a monkey, he uses two coconut halves to form the areas of his mouth in his little monkey disguise. So I think of a monkey mouth like a coconut. But anyways, you're going to want to sculpt the monkey's mouth. You're going to take and attach the brow bone to the top of the nose area with a little bit more of that beige color. Add a little bit more to the upper portion of the mouth and like the cheeks. A couple little dots for where he would have whiskers. When you go to add the lower part of the mouth, I'm going to have it open just slightly. I wanted to give this monkey some nice personality, so I'm going to sculpt in a lower lip and then stick the tip of my brush into his mouth and sort of pull the mouth open just a little bit. I don't know, my monkey's face is kind of like a slightly surprised, sort of like an, oh, look. I kind of was thinking of, have you guys ever seen videos of little kids or babies when they have some kind of a vision impairment and they get their first pair of glasses and their face is just this like, oh, wow, this is what the world looks like. And they just look so surprised and just awestruck. That's kind of what I was going for my monkey. So his mouth is slightly open. I don't know if anybody's ever watched those videos before. I find them so cute. I completely understand too. And there's also ones where people that have color deficiencies have a pair of color correction glasses on for the first time. And then they have that moment where they can actually see the world in color. It's pretty cool. I think there's a company, my dad has color deficiency, and so he looked into it, but they didn't work for him. And I was really hoping he would have one of those. I can see the world now moments, but no such luck. Anyways, we're going to go through and we're going to do our little monkey. I sculpted his eyes with white, and then I'm going to take the same beige color that we've been using all along and sculpt the eyelids. So just going to first sculpt the little circle with white acrylic and then add the eyelids going around. After you have those eyelids done, pretty much your sculpting as far as your monkey is concerned is going to be done. And if you did not want to give him the glasses, you would just, proceed to adding a couple little details to your monkey as far as like giving pupils, little outlines if you want to. Otherwise, if you do want to make the glasses, this is where we're going to be making the glasses. And anybody who watched or participated in my last live class on Thursday last week, you would have heard me complaining about this color of acrylic. But we're going to be using a teal color of acrylic to go in and do our little glasses. And you can do there's so many different shapes and styles of glasses. You could have so much fun making these. But we're going to be making a pair of funky oversized glasses for our little monkey baby. And the reason I went with teal, so like I said, when we're talking about the background color, is there isn't as much like set in stone and this is the best background color because the design is this. That's not the case here. I do think that the peach color complements the browns of the monkey's fur really well. So it does go with it as far as that goes. But the main concern is making sure that the background goes with your glasses because those are the two really colorful, not neutral points in this design. So we have our monkey's glasses and we're going to be doing those with teal. And teal and like that melon orange color go together very, very well. And like I said before, if you haven't watched the live class for my the color theory, then you'll see how the peachy color from the background, this teal, and then the purple I used for the eyes are all colors that kind of go together. They're tertiary colors. And so anyways, just watch the live class. You'll go through and you'll see it and it all makes sense. And hopefully then you'll have a really easier time of going through and picking out your own colors if you didn't want to use mine. So we've got the front of the frames and then you need to add the temple pieces. So we're going to add I'm going to sculpt the hooked pieces first. And those are going to be what's going to hook behind our little monkey's ears and then add the long straight part that attaches from the ears to the front of the frames. And when you're doing these, like I said, this acrylic isn't my friend. It's not my favorite one. It's a really old powder that I just hang on to because it's a color that I love. And so it's not the easiest one to work with. And so normally I would have been able to sculpt these in a lot fewer beads, but it just wasn't doing what I was asking it to. So I had to do it a little bit more tediously than normal. I'm going to place a little bit of poster putty on the center of my monkey's face, right above the nose. And then I'm going to press my frames into the poster putty. Press them down firmly so that they aren't going to fall off or wiggle during the part, or at least not wiggle too much during this next part. Hook one of the temples of the glasses around a monkey ear and then snip off any extra length. You want there to be extra length because you don't want it to be too short. So if you look at it and it's too short, you might have to resculpt those side pieces. Otherwise, as long as it's too long, you can cut off any extra if there happens to be some. Then you're going to secure one side of the frames to the temple piece. So just use more of your teal acrylic or whatever color it is that you're using. And, just add some, do little bits at a time. Don't try to force it. You have to really carefully hold that piece in place so that it doesn't wiggle while you're sculpting on it. Once you're done with one side, then you're going to want to go through and do the other side. If any of these pieces seem really thin and delicate, you can go ahead and add another little layer to them whenever you want to. Usually those things I see them and I want to fix them right away or I forget. So if that happens to be the case and you see something that needs remedying, is that a word? Remedying? Maybe, possibly. I don't know. Go ahead and do so. Then we're going to repeat the process on the other side, hooking the temple piece on. This one gave me a little bit more trouble. You never know how things are going to go. That time, it just decided to be a little bit more of a stinker. But make sure that those pieces are very well attached. You don't want them to be delicate and fragile because this pair of glasses is going to be coming on and off of your monkey. Unless, of course, you decide to permanently attach it. But if it is one where you want to be able to take the glasses on and off, then you want to make sure that they are sturdy. Once they are fully cured and set up, you can gently push them off the monkey's face releasing that poster putty, and then you can try the glasses on. They actually held on really well. They did wiggle a little bit when I was shaking the nail around, but it wasn't as much as I was expecting. So I was really happy with that. Then we're going to go through with some acrylic paint, and we're going to be adding the rest of our details to our cute little monkey. I'm going to take some brown acrylic paint that is actually quite diluted and add just some little bit of shading, some little definition to the little wrinkles on the monkey face, a little bit in the nostrils, basically anywhere I feel like it needs some more definition, especially though around the eyes and the eyelids is where you want to focus that brown paint and the shading. Some on the ears, if you want to do any kind of details on the like the rest of the fur, the darker brown, you probably are going to want to do that with black instead of brown because it won't show up as much, and you'll get some really nice depth if you use some black there. Use black around the eyes a little bit, especially since I wanted to make mine kind of not super feminine, but just a little bit feminine. I added some like a thicker black, almost eyeliner across the top of the eye. Not so much that it looked like eyeliner. I don't know how to say it, but just like a little bit more blackness there, a little more glam to my monkey. Add some black to the inside of the mouth, inside the nostrils. I added a little bit of a polka dotting, like the little spots of whiskers on the cheeks. Not too much, really subtle. Add the black inside the eyes. For the iris color, like I said before, I used purple. It very skinny little bit shows up, but it just adds this brightness and whimsy to the monkey. If you wanted it to be realistic, you'd want to stick with something like a brown or a golden color and not purple, but I thought the purple was fun. We're just going to keep adding little details as you see fit. A little highlight in the eyes, and then once you're done with that, I'm going to apply some gel sealer over the background and over the inside of the eye, so basically just the eyeball, not the eyelids. Let that cure, and then apply some matte top coat over the rest of the monkey face. Let that dry completely, and then add your glasses and apply some 3D glaze over the glasses to give them just a slight shine. It doesn't have to be much, but just a little bit. And then here we go. This is the final result. I love them so much. It is so cute. I love that you can take the glasses on and off. I think it is just the cutest little adorable thing ever. I hope you guys loved as much as I do. And here is a Melody Minutes.
Hey, Melody.
Mm-hmm.
What were you just eating?
A cookie.
And what's in your cup?
Lemonade.
And were you dipping your cookie in the lemonade?
Mm-hmm.
It was a chocolate chip cookie?
No.
Dipped in lemonade?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah. It was good.
I'm glad you like it.
Are you going grocery shopping today?
Yeah.
And who's your friend in the cart?
Cookie.
Cookie? Did she like to ride in your cart?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that pretty cool?
This is a cookie grocery store.
A cookie safe grocery store?
Yeah, it's pretty small.
It's a very small grocery store. It is. Cookie, do you like your riding in the cart? Is it a good place for you? Yeah? All right. She might not be so keen on that, though. Oh, she did good. Good job, Cookie.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Our cockatiel's name is Cookie, and Melody loves Cookie, so it's just a cookie-themed Melody Minutes in one way or another. If anybody has tried a chocolate chip cookie and lemonade, let me know if it's good, and I'll see you next time. Bye!